Thanks again to NetJets for bringing us our first event of the day. Here again, our large tour meter 45 jumpers.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day, and the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
Coming at you now with our Marshall and Sterling order of go as we're about ready to commence with our NetJets large tour. And we just want to let you know, first of all, while the order is up there, we have had a scratch at the top of that order, so unfortunately we will not see Molly Ashcali here today. We will, in fact, however, see U.S. rider Vanni Kosla and Insa Tedes. She's here out of Portola Valley, California, as she's been since our spring series. Great Britain's Matthew Body and Balotelli 5 will be second. Nicolette Hurt and Alexis Sokolov, both for the USA out of California, with SIEC Larissa and Iso Du Senor will join us. Canada's Jonathan Miller with Isotropic Shadow in the original 6th position. Bliss Hears and Christos and Natalie Dean and Camilla D, both from the USA in 7th and 8th. Then Amy Miller and Erickson from Perth, Ontario, and Kristen Vanderveen and Bull Run's Prince of Peace for the USA will round out the top 10 in that original order of go. Again, a thanks to Marshall and Sterling for their support here in 2021.
I'm Danielle Toronto, and we are customers of Marshall and Sterling. They have been amazing for us, for our business. They take care of our farm, our horses, our cars. It's basically one-stop shopping for us.
I'm Jimmy Toronto. Unfortunately, we've actually had to really use Marshall and Sterling for horse death, and I have to say that Marshall and Sterling has been an amazing company. They have taken care of things. It's been worry-free. The person we deal with, Missy, she takes it all upon herself. Once we go to her with the claim, she does it all for us. And I have to say, since we've been with Marshall and Sterling, I just can't think of going anywhere else. I put all my trust, all my faith in them.
Founded over 150 years ago, Marshall & Sterling ranks among the top insurance agencies in the country today. Marshall & Sterling's EquiSport division offers farm and liability insurance packages for the horse industry, as well as mortality, loss of use, and major medical insurance. And you can count on the team at Marshall & Sterling for all of your equine insurance needs. Thanks also going out to Captive One. And Captive One, of course, brings us the Open Jumper Rider bonus, $30,000 offered to whoever earns the most points in the classes, offering $25,000 or more in prize money throughout the course of the season leading up to the American Gold Cup Grand Prix happening in September. And going into today's competition, we'll take a look at the leaderboard. Katie Laurie will lead the way right now. She's been the front runner since early in the season. Carl Cook second, Tiffany Foster third, Daniel Blumen fourth, Jonathan McRae fifth, and Camilo Rueda currently holding that 6th position. Thanks again to Captive One for their sponsorship of the Rider Bonus. Captive Insurance is more than coverage, it's ownership. A captive insurance company is owned by you and provides coverage for your business-specific risks in instances where traditional insurance policies prove unavailable or unaffordable. Through prudent claims administration and sound investment policies, a captive insurance company protects your bottom line. Learn more about Captive One, a Traverse City Horse Show sponsor, at CaptiveOne.com. Let's take a quick look at the course now, ladies and gentlemen. Our NetJets flyover, if you will, as our large Tour Grand Prix is about to commence here to start the day. And we will begin the Morena Azevedo design route over the Great Lakes Equestrian Festival Oxer. Following that, the line 2 and 3 over the orange and white vertical. Our Sunflower Oxer up the outside line over the triple bar, again the Captive One sponsor fence. And then the triple combination coming directly toward our judges stand with the red, gray, and white rails. That's 5ABC. 6 is the Turtle Creek Casino vertical closest to our VIP area. And down the diagonal line over 7A and 7B following that, our Major League show jumping combination. Number 8 is the Southern Arches Oxer, and then they'll come around to fence number 9, jumping over the Meyer Oxer before they approach our Equiline Saddle vertical, and then 11 and 12 goes down the outside line. That's your Premier Equestrian Oxer and your NetJets Oxer as well. They'll finish things up over the Just World vertical just inside the gate, and our time allowed here in the first round today will be 80 seconds. All entries showing in the first round, coming back if they need to break a tie for a first place. And of course, penalties accrue for knockdowns, 4 faults each time that takes place. We also, of course, have the penalties for the refusals. The first time it'll be a 4-fault effort. In the second instance, it will be a score of elimination. We're just about set to go, ladies and gentlemen, but we first want to ask all of you to please rise and remove cover as we'll be honoring the host country here at our Great Lakes Equestrian Festival with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, a very good morning, and we are in for a big day, and we are starting off with the NetJets Large Tour 2-star Grand Prix this morning. Let's just remind you what's on the agenda today. We then later go into the winning round competition as part of the 5-star, and going on then to the 5-star Grand Prix later on this afternoon, aim for 2:30 for that. So our opening class today, 2-star Grand Prix, $36,600 in this class, 50 to go in this. Alongside me is Michael Morrissey. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Stephen.
And you're intently watching our first out, quite right, which is Vani Kusler of California, Instatatus, gelding by Stackatol. And you're having a little cruise around here, and I think you've had a ride of this horse as well, so you can give us a good guide here.
A couple rides last year, yes. This is a wonderful horse. Vani's doing a great job so far. We saw first line, nice active 6, triple bar to the triple combination. It's 8 or 9 strides there. Vertical on the end. A little bit of a gallop here to this double. Big stride like this should be a little bit steady in 5. Then we head over to this Meyer Oxer. It's 8 or 9 strides to the Equiline Skinny. Most likely we'll do 9. 9 strides it is. And then our home stretch. Short turn here to an Oxer line and a bit of a flat 5. Vani getting a good Oxer at fence number 11. And then it's 7 or 8 to the last. She does the 8 and a clear round.
Yeah, very good start. So Vani Kusler and Instatatus starting us off well, 79.61. Let's fill you in. Time allowed is 80 seconds, so just inside that. And around our courses this morning designed by Marina Azevedo of Brazil. So nice track to start us off. 500 meters, of course, to tackle with in our opening class of the day. So good start. It is clear for Vani Kostler and Insitatus. Again, not a surprising result there. A nice pairing that have gone very solidly so far as... well, they've been together about, what, less than 12 months now?
Less than 12 months. I think she bought that horse in November of
Yeah.
last year, and she really had a nice winner on it in Thermal, and been knocking at the door for a clear round here all week long. So great to see that horse coming back for the jump off, and a great ride by Vani.
Yep, so good start to the morning here in Traverse City. The Traverse City Horse Shows here in the Turtle Creek Casino and Hotel International Ring. Just a little mist drifting off the ground, sun breaking through. Going to be another lovely warm day here, as I say, and a packed schedule for you coming up of classes with the 2-star Grand Prix, 5-star winning rounds, and then later on into the afternoon it is going to be the 5-star Grand Prix as well.
Yeah.
It's been a busy week.
Busy week, a
Last
very
night was
busy day.
teams.
The team competition last night was just so exciting. New format, was really great. Congrats to the Lucky Charms team for winning that.
Yep.
We had great fun last night broadcasting that and watching, and just an exciting night.
Absolutely, and looking forward to doing it all again next week.
Absolutely are.
Stage 2 comes up here in Traverse City next week for the Major League Show Jumping as well, and that will be again looking towards next Saturday, and again similar lineup with the 5-star Grand Prix there on Sunday as well. Little change in the lineup, so just a little hesitation before we go into our next here this morning. But a good start from Vani Kostler. Gives us a chance, Michael, to just give us a little bit of an overview of the course. You had a little walk around. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, the first horse and rider combination made the class look very easy. It's not. It's a really tough 2-star track. First jump is an oxer at the end of the ring. The second jump up comes up quite quickly. 6 strides to fence number 3, a large square oxer. I think the 6 will be just normal for everyone. It's a nice starting line. Then in time allowed place, get right over to the triple bar. For a big mover, you can see 8 strides to the triple combination. Most will do 9. It's a vertical 2 stride, 1 stride to an oxer coming out. End of the ring, we have a vertical at fence 6, a little bit of a gallop across the middle of the ring to 7AB. Fence number 8 is 5 strides away. It's a white oxer with a Liverpool underneath it. Very square. I think that will be a trouble spot today. Front rail. 5 walks a little flat, but it's coming home. I think it'll actually ride a little steady. We did see a little rub there from the first horse and rider combination. I think that will be a rail that comes down today. Then you go past the end gate to the Meyer oxer. It's 8 or 9 strides to fence number 10, which is the equiline vertical. That's been a fragile jump all week long. Short turn on the home stretch to fence number 11. It's a big square oxer. It's 5 strides, a bit flat to the NetJets oxer. Could see a few smaller horses fit in 6, but I think it's 5 for most horses. And then the big movers will stay in 7. Most will probably stay out and do 8 to the Just World Skinny. Time allowed 80 seconds. Our first rider was in 79. I think it's pretty much spot on.
Yes.
But you will need to be thinking about it. You will need to be staying on the inside track most places and saving time where you can.
Okay, well, we'll see how this next rider handles this as we go on to Nicolette Hurt. Matt Body due to go there. He's going to go a little bit later on. Nicolette Hurt with the Iron Horse Equestrians, also California's SIEC Larissa, the mare by Livello. Nicolette also part of the teams last night for the Major League Jumping as well. And I'd say that first combination may be a little bit deceptive as well. We'll see how we'll tackle this. It's a big class with 50 to go in the first round of this $36,600 NetJets Large Tour Grand Prix. So we'll take a tour round with our second. Little touch at that first fence.
Nicolette heads over to the triple bar on the outside of the ring. Does the 9 strides to triple combination. Vertical, oxer. You see the B part of that combination coming down. It's short 2 strides. Big effort there at fence A of the combination. Held off of Number 8, the Oxer with the Liverpool under it really well.
And a lot of this course, she's got you going forward, hasn't she? Looking at
Yeah, there's a lot of places to stay on a forward rhythm. Uses the entire ring. Get to enjoy this big ring ride in, galloping around all the turns. Oh.
Oh. And, well, looks as though all okay, but just unfortunately takes a tumble down towards the end at the 12th fence on the course. Nicolette Hurt, I'm afraid.
That is that forward 5 stride. It does seem both horse and rider combination are
fine.
up and fine. That's a tricky part of the line. That fence number 11 comes out of a really short turn, and it is a flat 5. You get there in 5.5, and that can happen.
Yeah, both up, both okay, which is good to see, but unfortunately just didn't work out down that line for Nicolette Hurt this time with SIC Larissa. So that one clear coming so far. Vanni Kusler of the USA and Incitatus. Alexis Sokolov next. The Hot Horses LLC's Faso de Senor, the mare by Doremi. And was featuring part of our Grand Prix the last few weeks as well. Had a lot of national results now. Started to step into the international classes a little more now as well. And gone pretty solidly in the last couple of weeks here too. Riding under the banner of the High Point Farm for this young rider. Alexis also heading over from California, Rancho Santa Fe to be exact.
A large group of Californians here showing this year. It's great to see. Fellow Californian Carl Cook won the Grand Prix here last week. 3-star competition. This week we have the 2-star and the 5-star. This is the 2-star Grand Prix.
Pinging on down to the Sunflowers. Back to this triple bar here. 1.90 m in spread. And again, just gets you going. This whole line is just getting you going forward, isn't it?
Yeah, the first part of the course does get you going forward. And she gets you with this double verticals. Scopy Oxer coming out. You see Alexis did have that back rail C on the combination. Fence number 6 comes up quite quick. Good effort there, fence number 8.
Again, it just keeps you on the curve to this equiline fence. At 10, 145 in there, of course, being the 2-star.
Good ride there. See, Alexis really gave herself a little extra room to get down that 5-stride line. Rode it very well. Clear over the last jump.
Yeah, just leaves her on the, well, actually just one for time as well. Total of 5 there, 82-18. 5 in all for Alexis Sokolov and for Soda Senior. But again, as I say, she's building nicely into this level.
Yeah, she's had a great week. She's been riding very competitively. That was a nice round. Unfortunate 4 faults there at C of our triple combination, but solid round for sure.
Well, Canada's Jonathan Miller now, the Isotropic Network's Isotropic Shadow, the gelding by Quintender for the Canadian rider, well established, and of course been part of Nations Cup teams as well for Canada, including alongside the rest of the family with Ian and of course Sister Amy as well. They all teamed together a good few years back now in Spruce Meadows.
Yes.
Whitakers did that once as well. Now, Jonathan, plenty of experience here, and on the 10-year-old combination.
This horse jumped super in the qualifier on Friday.
Yeah.
Smaller horse, but great technique, careful.
I was going to say for Jonathan as well, it shows, I mean, he's a tall rider, and again, it shows his balance, doesn't it, and how important that is.
It's very important. These tall riders really have to think about their upper body. Jonathan's done a great job of doing that his whole career. Sure, he's got a good teacher in the family.
Yes. Keeps moving. You can see Jonathan all the time there, like around that turn there. Just kept the motor going.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Has the mire jump down. See, I think Jonathan will want to take a nice wide approach here. He's doing the 6 strides. That's the first person to plan the 6. Unfortunately, the NetJets Oxer, fence number 12, coming down in the 6 strides. It's a tough line for a smaller horse because it walks a very flat 5. To squeeze in 6 strides there with an Oxer is very difficult.
23.5 meters, if anybody would like to know the exact measurement down there. But as you say, on the 5, it comes out at a longer distance. On a score of 9 there, so he picks up a little bit of time too. 81-81 for Jonathan Miller there and Isotropic Shadow. Bliss Here's now. Christos, the Bridgeside Farms owned ride, the rider from Las Vegas, Nevada, the stallion by Christo. Flew round as well in our speed class yesterday, fantastically. That was with Goodbye. Few fun classes yesterday. Middle of the afternoon table C class as well. Saw the riders hopping over podiums, jumping bushes, and taking some seriously tight, exciting lines.
It's been an exciting week of show jumping. We've had so many big classes all week long between Major League show jumping. It's been a 5-star class every day, 2-star class every day, multiple ranking classes. So clear through fence 3, heading over to fence 4, which is a captive 1 triple bar. Super through the triple combination. See a little bit thinking time allowed there. She lands off of fence number 6, really gets galloping over to the 7AB.
And again, it's getting that line. She lands over 6, and it's almost a right angle, straight back down, off down that line. Ooh, another one just drops onto the mire fence.
It's a big Oxer coming off of a short turn away from the in gate. We've seen a couple horses already having that down. Another rider doing 6 from fence 11 to 12.
And last fence finishes on the 4, 80.48. So just going to pick up 1 for time as well. Finishing on the 5 there for Bliss Here's. Christos. Time is a factor.
Time is definitely a factor, especially when you have maybe some of the smaller horses that are doing the adding strides.
Yeah.
Really going to have to think about places to make up time. I think from 2 to 3 getting over to, or 3 to 4, excuse me, getting over to the triple bar, and definitely from 8 to 9 to that mire Oxer. There's a lot of related distances. There really aren't a lot of places to make up the time. You have 2 or 3 places really that can do it, but you also don't want to risk taking too much of a shot.
Yeah. And if you're already being sort of slightly strung out by a longer distance, as you say, you don't want to be just losing the shape that you want as well. Now, taking a different approach. The first is Natalie Dean of Palo Alto, California for the Marigold Sport Horses. Camilla D, a former ride of Erin Ballard. This one by Kashmir van Schuterhof, the 10-year-old for Natalie here this morning.
Time allowed spot here. You want to get right over this triple bar. Natalie's not wasting any time so far. Super ride
Yeah.
there across the middle of the ring. You see she really comes right around that Just World jump to get over to the Meyer jump quickly for time. Does the 9 strides to the equiline vertical.
And again, not losing any space on this turn either.
That was a very neat turn, very tight turn. Does the 5. And clear.
Yep. Clear it is for Natalie Dean and Camilla D. 75.73 as a time, so cruises around there okay inside the 80 seconds, and so gives us clear round number 2. But she really showed there, Michael, exactly what the round needs to be, a very compact round.
It was, and she really thought about the time allowed from the start. She has seen that we've had 3 riders already with time faults. She hurried from 4 to 5. She got right to the last line very quickly. That was a great ride by Natalie Dean.
Certainly is. So 2 clears so far in this morning's $36,600 NetJets large tour. Amy Miller now. Saw Jonathan a little bit earlier on. Now keeping it in the family. Sister comes in with the Millebrook and Friends of Perth, Ontario's Ericsson, the gelding by Pedinas. And this now coming up next. 12-year-old combination. Amy also here as part of the teams of the Major League Jumping. On the Eye Candy squad, I think she might be coming out into action next week.
Eye Candy had a great night last night, finishing in 2nd place.
Yeah, 2 Irishmen against each other. Paul O'Shea for the Eye Candy team, and then Jordan Coyle for the Lucky Charms. Amy, however, tackling this well so far, and again this is a nice efficient turn back to the vertical.
Maybe a slower moving horse across the ground. Amy's going to have to think about the time allowed in a few other spots on the home stretch. Still on the clear jumping faults. Need a neat turn here, coming back on fence number 11. Revving up for the 5. She's going to be close.
Yeah, I'm going to say time-wise it's just going to be on the edge here, and I think it's going to be the wrong edge of it. It's just a little touch of the last. It's going to leave her at 82.62. 1 for time there for Amy Miller and Ericsson. Sunday morning, but there's no space for sleeping here.
Horse jumped very good. That was a good round. I think maybe just a little bit in the beginning, needed to open up the stride a few places they could, but super jumping round. It's proving to be a tough course.
Really nice round from Amy Miller, but just unfortunately gets the 1 time fault there. Kristen van der Veen, bull runs Prince of Peace. Kristen, terrific run yesterday. I think she won 3 classes, I think, in the end of it, something like that. And Kristen, bull runs Prince of Peace this time, the gelding by Cardenio. She's looking to clean up here again in Traverse City. Had wins here last year as well.
Kristen wasting no time, does the inside track, leaves out a stride from 1 to 2. Just getting right over to the triple bar. One less stride again from triple bar to the triple. 8 strides, most are doing 9. Clear as we head over to the Meyer Oxer. This is an 8 or 9 strides. Kristen does elect to do the 9. Clear as we head into the home stretch. One to go.
One to go, and it should be enough, and it is going to be enough by the looks of it. 77.83, and gives us the fourth of those, well, the third of those in for a clear, because it's clear there for Kristen van der Veen. Ball runs Prince of Peace, nice clear for her, and number 3 in the bag so far. So, but again, she always has that natural fast pace in the first place.
Yeah, she's not one to have a time fault very often, that's for sure.
Taking us on to Claire Schrader now, the Seahorse LLC of Greenwich, Connecticut's Tomboy chestnut gelding for her. A little more experienced horse. Claire stepping up into these international classes now as well. Good mix this week between a host of young riders getting more experience at 2-star, some nice upcoming horses, and a few as well that are just taking the step between the 2 and the 5 stars over the next few weeks. Touch there into this.
Claire also doing the 8 stride into the triple combination like we just saw Kristen do. It's one place maybe just to save a little time, shave 1 stride. Big movers can stay on the inside track there and still be steady in an 8. Keeps that forward rhythm, a little shaved turn there to the Meyer Oxer. Really working on a good round so far.
Yeah. No, nice compact combination. Powerful through there. Should just about be all right, actually. There we go. Time-wise, let's take a look.
Yeah, very good.
78.57. Nice round put together. Very solid one from Claire Schrader there. And Tomboy gives us clean round number 4 of our lineup so far. Lovely little powerful package that, isn't it?
Very nice horse. Jumped a super round. Claire gave it a wonderful ride. Great clear round.
Claire Schrader into the game then with the 4th of clears in this morning's NetJets Large Tour Grand Prix 145. Part of the 2-star conclusion of the 2-star here this week. Just a little pause in proceedings so far. Michael, just a little, I can see our next one making their way down, but a few thoughts on there on where you're gaining, losing time, key points of the course to just stay up with this time allowed.
Time allowed for sure early on, getting over to the triple bar, and how much you take a chance shaving the turn to the last line for sure, and galloping over to our Meyer Oxer. Those are all places for time allowed. I think the last line is definitely proved to be tough, whether you do the 5 or 6. Most are doing 5. Triple combination, we've seen rails coming down there. So far we've seen the rails spread out. It hasn't just been at one jump.
Well, Marge Engel now, Virginia Bartholome's Cessna M, the gelding by Check-In, a 9-year-old for Margie. And I think Virginia here competing at the show as well. I think she's been having a very good run too. Margie, though, as we saw developing this horse here last year as a nice 8-year-old, and then just this 2-star step up, perfect for this age horse to just give them a next step into the international level. Touch in the middle part of the triple combination.
You see Margie stayed really wide coming into that triple, did the 9 strides. A little bit of rub at fence number 8, but it stays up. Thinking about time allowed, she's really hustling, getting over this Meyer Oxer. Have seen that jump come down a couple times today. Margie really working to get that 5. Defense number 12.
Good round. Marge Engel puts herself in the game as well, 78-18, and so it is clear for Marge Engel and Cessna M. As you say, you know, some nice run-ups from 7 coming out of that double there up to 8, was just able to move up nicely up to that.
Yeah, she was. She rode that very well. You know, I think the riders are starting to get a grasp on the time allowed. We saw some early horses go and have those time faults. It seems riders are starting to figure out where they can make up time, where they need to be quick, and we've seen a nice run of clear rounds here.
So it is on to US rider Kyle King. Kyle with bases in Ocala, Florida, riding for the Seabright Investments of Vancouver. And Enzo will be the horse for Kyle, the Bay Gelding for the US rider. Also part of the Major League jumping here this week as well.
Yeah, he jumped off for a podium finish last night to finish in 3rd. Big mover here for Kyle. You see he does the 8 stride into the triple and gets that done steadying. Most horses are doing the 9. He's thinking about the time allowed. He's really staying on the inside track everywhere.
Again, keeps moving around that curve past the in-gate.
Does the leave out to the equiline jump. We'll probably see a 5 to a 7 down the last line. There's a 5 easy. Steadying for the 7.
Steadying for the 7 the last, and he can afford to steady because he's still got a little bit in hand. 78.96 going clear there for Kyle King, and Enzo gives us clear round number 6.
Well, it's already shaping up to be an exciting jump off.
Yeah, and as you say, they're starting to get a little bit of a handle on to really where they handle this course. So good lineup so far. Vani Kostler giving us the first clear. Natalie Dean in there, Kristen van der Veen, Claire Schrader, Marge Engel, and Kyle King. Matthew Body now, Balotelli 5, and combination that finished 6th in the Grand Prix here last week as well. 2 very good rounds out of them on that occasion. Georgina Bloomberg's Balotelli 5, the gelding by Balou de Rey for Matt. Matt, who rides for Great Britain but has been based here in the US for quite some time now.
Yeah, this horse and combination have looked very strong recently. Like you said, a really nice double clear finish in the Grand Prix. 3-star last Sunday. Horse jumped very well in the qualifier this week.
He really moves up down that line.
He did move up down that line. A little bit of toe on the back bar of fence number 8, but it stays up.
Again, smaller horse, but a lot of heart, this horse.
A lot of heart. It's a careful horse. It's a trier.
Just might be getting a little bit close to time is the only thing. They've certainly given it a
Gonna
good
have
shot.
to hustle. Gonna have to hustle. No.
No, not going to be, I'm afraid. 81.64. It is very tight. Matt Body, I'm afraid, just goes out of the one time for Balotelli 5. But another really nice round under this horse's belt.
Yeah, the horse jumped super. It was a shame with the one-time fault, but got to be pleased with the way that horse jumped.
So, moving on from there, Matthew Body, just with the one time. It is on to Lorcan Gallagher with the High Point Farm Siegfried 68. New ride for him, the gelding by Staccato Gold. Again, been competing here over the last few weeks through the tail end of the spring shows and into Great Lakes Equestrian Festival 1. It's a series of sequels coming up over the next few weeks. We've got 6 of them.
Busy schedule, that's for sure.
Culminating in the final week of the Great Lakes Equestrian Festival, which will be the Young Rider Championships and a 3-star as well. Packing it in this year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the young riders come to Traverse City. It's a great competition. I know everyone here is very happy to be hosting that event. Lorcan makes his way to the second jump. Clear over fence. Oh, ooh. Back bar coming down.
And that was pretty light. Yeah. Say, building a nice rapport with this horse already very quickly.
You see, Lorcan's really picked up the pace a little bit. 4 fault still is in the money at the moment. Have a feeling that might change by the end of the class, but
you never know.
You never know.
Don't waste a round.
And the course takes a little bit of a forward pace. Horses are jumping it well out of the forward pace. Lorcan stays on that all the way. Unfortunately, just that one rail early on. Yeah,
time-wise is very good at 76.70. And as you say, an early rail, just a very light touch there on the Sunflowers. Finishing on the 4 there for Lorcan Gallagher. Siegfried 68, as you say, a nice forward pace for them all the way through. Certainly suited them otherwise, but just unfortunately one down for them. So Lorcan Gallagher finishes on the 4. Ashley Vogel now started the week on great success with a good win with Lucy in the Sky. Now comes in here with her Wellington U25 winning horse. This is Bellissimo Z, the mare by Bamako de Muse for US rider Ashley Vogel.
Ashley's had a great week so far. Lots of top placings. I believe she won a class early on.
She won a class, and then I think she was second, in the one after that.
Yeah, very competitive rider. She's been very speedy, been impressed all week watching. See, this horse has a very big stride. She had to steady the whole way in the 6. Still does the 9 to the triple. Little reserve coming into that line. She's going to have to think about the time allowed here, I think.
Yeah, just coming out here at 62 seconds. Will run close.
I think she's going to be okay.
Yeah. Going to be around about 76, 77, I would think. And
very good.
There we go, 77.07, not a bad guess. There we go, Ashley Vogel, Bellissimo Z will finish on the clear very nicely and gives us the 7th of the clears so far. Ashley Vogel, Bellissimo Z looking for yet another good finish here. Consistency the key for her. Another who was up there yesterday was Mexico's Daniel Moscona. In fact, Good run throughout the week. Comeback is the mare by Chinta. Another of the younger riders in the field that we mentioned, part of a strong contingent of young talent up from Mexico as well.
There are a lot of really good young Mexican riders here at Traverse City Horse Shows this year. Great to have them here. A super ride there through the triple combination. See the horse jump very high over A of the combination. Daniel did a very good job encouraging horse forward through that entire line. Still working on a clear round as he clears the equiline vertical.
And now just drives down this line.
Oh. Horse jumped very high over fence 11, landed a little shallow. Daniel did a very good job encouraging up that 5 and a clear round for him.
It is, and it is the 8th that clears. He finished in 9th spot earlier on this week, Daniel Mascona of Mexico. Will come back for the jump off a little later. And that takes us up to 8. Just a reminder in that qualifier, it was Paul O'Shea that won the qualifier back here on Friday. Carl King in top form there too. Ashley Vogel, a top fiver, that we've already seen her back into that jump off as well. Kaden Campbell now, mascot Van Het Wiedehoever, also was into the double clears in the qualifier here on Friday. Caitlin from California these days, having begun out in Pennsylvania. SWS Training and Sales, mascot Van de Wiedehoever, the gelding by Enrico.
Caitlin, one of our busier riders here this week. I've seen her on a lot of different mounts in all of the ranking classes. Based out in California now.
Yeah. Good to see her with a good group of horses. Had the the very good horse in Rocky W, didn't she, for a large part of her career?
For years, very competitive combination.
But mainly turning to that horse there now. She's got a string of 3 or 4 around her. But that was just such a lovely, versatile horse, wasn't it?
Sure was. Small, careful, fast.
Little touch there at 8.
Equiline vertical coming down.
And again, just in there, like the equiline fence going down, you're thinking about trying to get the turn, and if you just get anywhere slightly ahead on that turn, you're coming against it on the angle, aren't you?
Yeah, it's set on a hard angle there after the Meyer jump. You have to get straight. Not that Caitlin didn't get straight, but unfortunately that jump and the left jump coming down for her.
Leaves her on a total of 8:79.37 inside the time there for Caitlin Campbell and mascot Van de Wiedehoever. Kathleen Driscoll now, the Plain Bay Sales of combination of Consul, the gelding by Clearway. This a 9-year-old for Kathleen. So 8 clears on the board at the moment. 17 gone of the 50, as you can see from your screen as well.
Good ride through the triple combination. This horse only 9 years old. Younger rider on it as well. So both of these guys getting that international experience here in the 2-star. Super round so far. Clear over the equiline, staying on the inside track for time allowed. Catches a very good one there at the Oxer to get the 5. She did that turn very well and definitely saved a second or two. Yeah, super round.
Yeah, follows up from a very nice round earlier on this week. 77.50 going clear there, and 8 of the clears. Catherine Driscoll going clear with console for the plain base sales.
Yeah, she did an excellent job. Did an excellent job there after the equiline jump. She was maybe a little bit slower early in the course, but she found an inside distance, inside track defense number 11, was able to get that 5 and finish with a nice clear round.
Argentina's Guillermo Obligado now, the Woodgrove farm of California's Hidalgo, the gelding by Codex. And into his tour here in Traverse City, been here for a few weeks now. Riders getting the key of this course now.
Oh.
And unfortunately that drops.
I was just about to say, I think 1 to 2 is, it's actually set quite difficult.
Yeah.
Difficult angle. Number 2 comes up really fast. We haven't seen that jump come down until, unfortunately, Guillermo has the fence number 2 down, so he is sitting on four faults at the moment.
Just rolls forward onto that Major League vertical, and again it just perpetuated through that line.
Yeah, I think Guillermo's deciding to pull up, call it a day, save his horse for another class.
Yeah, just a couple down at that point, so deciding to retire there for Guillermo Obligado of Argentina with Hidalgo. Mexico's Nicolas Pizarro next, the London Olympian, Disneyland. And also been in the money down in the Mexican shows, but also made a trip up to Wellington earlier on this season as well. Been over into Europe too, in the Nations Cup in preparation as part of the shortlist for the Mexican squad for Tokyo 2. Nick Pizarro with the Holsteiner mare, Disneyland. Disneyland, 10 years of age.
Yeah, this 10-year-old jumped a nice round in the qualifier this week. Very competitive rider, Nicholas. Seen him in multiple classes this week. Great rider, lots of experience. Clear over the 6 strides from 2 to 3s, heading over to fence number 4. It's a captive 1 triple bar. Doing the 9 strides into the triple combination.
Moves up well down to the Southern Arches fence there. Now again keeps moving around the corner.
This Meyer Oxer was a problem for a few riders early in the class. We haven't seen a rail down there for quite some time. We had 2 or 3 in a row have that jump down. You see he really stays on the inside track to this Premier Equestrian Oxer. This forward 5 to the NetJets Oxer. He's going to be close on time.
Yeah, it should just get there. We'll just take a look. 79, is it enough? Yeah, there you go. 79.70. Plenty of time to play with the time allowed of 80 seconds. Nick Pizarro and Disneyland has got some fun to come a little bit later as the 10th clear of our lineup in this $36,600 NetJets Large Tour Grand Prix here this morning. Still plenty of clears coming out of it, even with the time pressure there, but a high quality of riders and horses in this 2-star this morning. This is another of them. Jessica Mendoza of Great Britain, well, actually based down in Wellington, Florida these days. Dublin Grand Prix winner last year in Lexington, also went on to win more Grand Prix on the Split Rock Jumping Tour shows as well. And one that's been a big winner for her. Former ride from Carly Anstey through to Kent Farrington is a super versatile horse, but really suited Jess as well. I think there was a little bit of a clip at that second fence. I think it stayed.
Good effort over the triple bar. Does the 9 strides to the triple combination. Clears through there. Very good.
An energetic move up.
Energetic move up. So you see the horse landed a little shallow off of B of the combination. Just had to really ask for that 5 stride. Horse gave a very big effort there, but unfortunately had the back rail of the Meyer Oxer. We have seen that come down a few times today. I think Jess is going to realize that 4 faults is most likely not going to end up in the money, or it's just out of the money already. So she's electing to pull up, save her horse for another day.
Absolutely, super horse, super combination, but not to be today. So as you say, just keeping a little in the tank for another day. So retiring there. Welcome Stakes winner here from a couple of weeks ago. It is on to California Lindsay Archer now, the Reese Farm LLC's Japur, the gelding by Garno Seat. And Japur, as I say, winner in the 3-star here. Had a very good run down in Thermal as well. Placed in a number of those Grand Prix. Several top 5s in the Grand Prix there as well. Lovely combination in their first appearances. First time here in Traverse City.
Clear for Lindsay through the triple combination as she heads to fence number 6. This is the Turtle Creek vertical. Clear through the Major League Show Jumping double as she goes down in 5 strides to fence number 8.
Still coming together well. This is a really well-suited combination, isn't it?
Electing to 6 from 11 to 12.
There we go. Pair that have been together since 2018. Just get inside the time at 79.38. Lindsay Arch there, and Japur will give us another of the clears. It is 11 clears so far, but all of those we've seen through have pretty well franked their form over the last few weeks as well, so none of them of any great surprise to see in that second round. This one certainly wouldn't be either. Shane Sweetenham, Sweet Oak Farm of Wellington's Birdie Duteau, the 10-year-old mare by Magic Dell for Shane on that winning team for the Lucky Charms here last night. Man who leads the team.
Yeah, Shane had clear rounds all the way through last night. Helped lead his team, the Lucky Charms, to our first win in the Major League Show Jumping. It was just an exciting night to watch, a lot of fun.
Already put several wins.
This is a 10-year-old and his string, Rising Star. Very nice horse, competitive, beautiful style.
Yeah, one that he brought out internationally in April of this year in Wellington. in Florida, originally produced back in Great Britain with Elizabeth Baker, and very swiftly has built a nice partnership with this horse. Been certainly the last few weeks consistently top 10 with it.
Clear
Nice.
as he makes a run to the home stretch. Very tight turn back
Yeah.
on this last line.
I was just going to say, watching Shane, what's so interesting is watching the real top flight riders is how accurate they are and how controlled they are.
Yeah, very accurate rider. Very good ride there. Clear all the way through.
So going clear there for Shane Sweetnam gives us a dozen. Shane Sweetnam and Sweet Oak Farms Birdie Defoe going into that jump off as well. Keeps building on some very good franked form already. Another tick in the box. Tough one to build as the quality of what you've got in the field here for Marina Azevedo, our course designer here this week.
Yeah, a lot of good horse and rider combinations in this class for this 145 large tour. 2-star Grand Prix. Presented by NetJets. See, NetJets has fence number 12, the NetJets Oxer. See, that's caused some problems, that line today. It's set as a forward 5 from fence 11 to 12. Some horses have elected to do 6. It's a very sharp turn coming into that.
Yeah. 23.5 meters, so it's on the cusp of that five stride distance. If we're playing the exact numbers,
it is. It does walk more 5 than 6, but it's that short turn coming into that Oxer fence number 11. The horses are landing a little bit shallow and getting themselves into trouble, but most are doing the 5 well. We've seen a few ad-lib 6s there as we get to our next horse and rider combination.
Yep, it is Cormac Hanley of Ireland and the Market Street Incorporated's Casper's Lassino and full ride of Devon Ryan and Corsona and Kaczynski. Casper's Lassino, the gelding by Casper for Cormac. Cormac with a very good run here as well in the last week or so, including wins on RMF Chaco Top. A list of wins here last week as well, both nationally too. Now it's time to keep it up.
Yeah, very fast rider Cormac is. We've seen some speedy rounds here this week from him and last week.
Little touch there at the triple bar.
See, good ride there through the triple combination. He's real quick over the fence number 6, not wasting any time.
Just clips it behind. Again, it's just finding that balance with keeping enough pace on.
Yeah, a little bit of a move there at the double. The horse had the front rail behind, sitting on 4 faults as he heads to the equiline vertical.
Cormac heading home on the 4. Time-wise, won't have any trouble at all. He's easy enough inside the time at 77.02, time lad of 80 seconds. But just on the 4 there for Cormac Hanley. And Casper's Lassino just falling foul of the Major League Oxer there. Leaves them on the 1 down. As we go to Mexico's Julio David Vaina now. From Mexico City, also competed in Florida earlier on this year, as well as the Mexican shows. Cassini Gold, the stallion by Cassini II. 12 clears coming up to the halfway stage to complete our 25th of 50. Strong group coming up in our second half as well.
Big gallop to fence number 1. This horse jumped a nice qualifying round on Friday. Big jump over C, jumped very high, just clipped the back bar coming out of the oxer, but it stayed up.
Little touch at 8. So we'll come out of this first half with 12 clears. Halfway stage of this jump-off class for the conclusion of the 2-star competitions here this week. NetJets Grand Prix.
Little touch at fence 11, but it stays up.
Oh no.
That's where that tough 5 stride, in the middle 5 or 6, has caused a lot of problems today.
And again, they're just trying to hold for it, and it just didn't work out.
Did not work out for him that time. Does a little circle, comes back to fence number 12, NetJets Oxer. No problem the second time.
There we go, finishing with 8. There's some time to add there, as I would think, as well, for Julio David Weiner and Cassini Gold. 8 jumping 7 time, 105.10 the final time there, and they head on out. So that concludes our first half of this $36,600 NetJets Grand Prix. We take a breather for a few moments' time. It is 12 clears in the game at this point. Vali Kostler, Natalie Dean, Kristen van der Veen, Claire Schrader, Margie Engel, Kyle King, Ashley Vogel, Daniela Mascona, Catherine Driscoll, Nick Pizarro, Lindsay Archer, and most recently Shane Sweetnam. Strong lineup, just around 50% mark for the clears at the moment. It's a tough course, but they're handling it well.
Handling it well. It's one thing we know for sure, we're going to have a fast and exciting jump-off.
Exactly, and all of that to come. And tractors head on in for our arena team, just keeping things absolutely perfect. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
A total of 12 qualifiers for the jump-off, and we'll see how many more can make it through.
You and me, hearts collide in heaven, only hope, we make love our weapon, everybody say no, you gotta let your feelings go, the stars will always glow, everybody say you won't stay, but I know it's gonna be okay. Our dreams won't fade away. one that said I wasn't ready for this. My white flag is waving. I'm yours for the taking. I took all my armor off. My love used to be tainted. Do you know you say me? I'm ready to say yeah. Oh, you're the music in the dark, and you're the sound of my guitar. Wherever you go, I go wherever you go. You're the high that I was chasing. You're the song inside my head. Wherever you go, I go wherever you go. I go wherever you go. I'd walk a million miles for you. Up any mountain, down any valley, swim any river for you. I'd jump on a spaceship. I'd write your name in the stars, then go back to Earth and tell you to look up diamonds from afar. My white flag is waving. I'm yours for the taking. I took all my armor off. My love used to be tainted. Do you know you say me? I'm ready to say yeah. Oh, you're the music in the dark, and you're the sound of my guitar. Wherever you go, I go wherever you go. You're the high that I was chasing. You're the song inside my head. Wherever you go, I go wherever you go. It wasn't till I met you that I understood the sky and the way the moon waits for the sun to rise. Wasn't till I met you that I understood the sky and the way the moon waits for the sun to rise. Wasn't till I met you that I understood the sky and the way the moon waits for the sun to rise. It wasn't till I met you. It wasn't till I met you. It wasn't till I met you. Oh, you're the music in the dark, and you're the sound of my guitar. Wherever you go, I go wherever you go. You're the high that I was chasing. You're the song inside my head. Wherever you go, I go wherever you go.
All right, coming down the hill should be our next entry as we're about to resume action in our $36,600 NetJets large tour class. Again, an official sponsor here in Traverse City. NetJets, the worldwide leader in private aviation, offers seamless travel options to athletes and attendees every year. NetJets proud to be a Berkshire Hathaway company known for its unwavering commitment to safety, service, and unmatched global access. Visit netjets.com today. To this point, again, we've got a total of 12 qualifiers, and we're just halfway through, so it's shaping up to be quite the battle for the winner's share of that 36 and change money. We're looking for the next one to be Lauren DeTalo. She's out of Long Grove, Illinois, and will ride her mount for Scott Derschlag out of Lake Bluff, Illinois, Zero Gravity. This is a 12-year-old bay gelding by Verdi, number 1.
Well, back into the second half of this $36,600 to be absolutely exact. NetJets Grand Prix this morning, part of our two-star conclusion to the week. Lauren DeTalo, Scott Derschlag of Long Grove, Illinois, Zero Gravity. is on course at the moment. And over our first, there she goes, Zero Gravity by Verdi. Was Verdi the very good horse that was ridden by Michael van der Vleuten to medals, both Olympic and World Championship, and I think European as well. Michael Morrissey alongside me. Mike, so far we've had, what, 12 clears?
12 clears.
Time allowed is tight enough.
It's tight enough. I think as the class went on, riders were able to see where they could save some time, shave the turns, and hasn't been as much of a issue in the second part of that first half. We definitely saw riders struggle in the beginning. Lauren doing a good job here, still working on a clear round as she heads to the Meyer Oxer. We are flirting with the time, I think, right now. She's going to need to make a quick turn here. Back rail, the fence number 11 coming down.
Yep, just over the time allowed. It's just the one time full to add 80.37, just with the 4 on the one fence down to total of 5 for Lauren Gitano as we resume proceedings with Zero Gravity. Michael Murphy now, the US rider with the Esperanza Imports Comedy de Talma, the mare by Cannon. And Michael with wins last year in Lexington as well. Came here also here to Traverse City and went very well. So taking us on to our well over half, we're just coming over the halfway stage now. 9-year-old horse that he rides here. Nice combination indeed. In fact, was a ride of Erin Ballard's and actually former ride of Steve Gerdow and Fanny Scarley going back.
Following some good riders, Michael is with this mount. Takes a right lead approach to fence number 1. Most are coming off the left lead. Have seen a couple. Maybe just lost a bell boot there after fence number 3. See, stays on the inside track and does 8 to the triple combination. Super ride through there. Inside track, forward momentum, defense number 6. Good effort there through the Major League Show jumping double. It's 5 strides to fence number 8. It's a big square oxer with a Liverpool set underneath it. Nine strides to the equiline vertical. Really asking to go forward for that 5 strides with 1 jump left.
Yeah, and he's going to just be okay for time by the looks of it. And it's 78.59. Michael Murphy and Comedy de Talma going clear gives us the 13th of those in this NetJets Grand Prix here this morning. So, racking back up with the clears. And again, though, but you just sort of see how much he had to move up just to make that time at 80 seconds.
Yeah, he maybe got a little bit deeper to fence 11 than he wanted. Worked out really well. He had to land. He had to continue up in the 5. Did a very good job of improvising there. And a great clear round for Michael Murphy.
Gabriella Royster now, and the Lumiere horses Mahari's Rock by OBOS Quality for the mare for Gabriella, who represents Chile internationally. Also another of those with up in the money down in Wellington, Florida earlier on this year. .50 overall to go in the first round of this class. Big qualifier earlier on this week, 74 going in that.
Does the 9 strides into the triple combination. Good effort over C. You see the horse giving a little extra play after C of the triple. Can be a little distracting on the rider at times when that happens. She handled it very well. Clear through the Major League Show jumping double and onto the 5-stride defense number 8.
Again, to get out to this line. Time-wise, is going to run close.
Yep, she's going to want to really hustle here a little bit. It's a good oxer. Big stride on this horse to do the 5, but unfortunately the front rail, the NetJets oxer coming down.
And just going to be a squeak over the time as well. 80.91, finishing on a total of 5 there for Mahari's Rock and Gabriela Reuter. Just coming down that line, 11 to 12, Michael.
It's that really difficult 5-stride line. It's riding very forward, and it's on a short turn coming into fence 11. So if you get a little deeper than you'd like at fence 11 and you land a little shallow, it makes that 5 very flat. And I think a little bit that's what just happened with Gabby, having fence number 12 down.
Well, after finishing second in the Grand Prix here last week, he had a Grand Prix win down in Wellington, Florida earlier on this season as well. Canada's Jim Ifko, the Eventide Farms of Foothills, Alberta's Celine Ellis Lacia by Quintero for the Canadian.
Yeah, Jim, no stranger to the podium here in Traverse City. Numerous wins here. He's been a leading rider. Was second in the Grand Prix last week.
Won a Grand Prix back here in 2019, I think it was. On Diamant de Forêt that finished second here as well last week to Carl Cook. No regular here in Traverse City. The only thing for a few of the riders that have been here a lot over the last few years is everybody else has now found out the secret.
Unfortunate for them, but great to see such a big group of new riders here at Traverse City, enjoying the horse show, enjoying everything that Traverse City has to offer. See Jim heading clear through the triple combination, then stays really neat and on the inside track to fence number 6. He's thinking about that time allowed. That has been a factor for some riders today. He does the 6 strides to the NetJets oxer, but having the front rail of that oxer down.
Yeah, unfortunately just finished on the 4 this time, 77.72 for Jim Ifko and Celine Ellis Lacia. So just puts them out of the equation on that 1 down for them.
Super round there for Jim, but unfortunately a late rail at fence number 12.
Olivia Chowdhury now, and recent big winner down in Lexington. Also gone very well up here as well. And with good finishes down in Wellington too with this horse, Bocana du Tillard. Quick one for the Atlas Equine Holdings of Denver, Colorado. Saint Francais mare by Cannon. Lovely combination. Of course, she's done a lot of winning as well with Chuck Berry under the tutelage of Katie and Henri Prudhomme. Liv become a really consistent finisher in the 2- and 3-star ranks. Very competitive horse as well that came from Axel Valois originally in Belgium.
Competitive horse, very competitive rider. Olivia's always fast, always giving it a go in the jump offs or the speed rounds. Big effort there over the triple bar. Clear through the triple combination as she heads to fence number 6. Turtle Creek. Big gallop coming into the Major League Show jumping double.
Ah,
I think that just caught up to her
Yeah.
a little bit there at fence number 8, having the front rail of that oxer down. And again at the Meyer oxer.
just says steady on the corner there. Recovers for 12, and just the final fence. And they'll hop that. They're okay for time, 78.77. Just things started to get a bit forward, and it was just a little difficult to bring back.
Had a great start. Asked the horse to open up a little bit in the middle of the course. You know, I call that the snowball effect.
Yeah.
Sometimes you open up something and the rails just keep coming a little bit. She was able to put it back together and finish over the last couple jumps clear, but unfortunately 16 faults for her today.
So Olivia Chowdhury won't be back, but a number of them will be. 13 of them back so far of the clears in this $36,600 NetJets Grand Prix here this morning. From Olivia Chowdhury to Lauren Estelle, and from Seagrave, and the Canadian from Ontario with Viandos d'Avril, the Saint Français gelding by de Montesemi for Lauren. Another of the new faces here in the early weeks of the Great Lakes Equestrian Festival. Of course, we've already completed the spring series of 3 weeks of shows.
Ooh. A little hesitation at fence number 2, but gets over it, maintaining that clear round. Lauren did a good job of feeling that hesitation, making a horse go forward, and still getting the 6 strides to number 3. Clear through the triple combination. See, clear through fence number 8 as she heads to fence number 9, the Meyer Oxer. We have seen this jump come down a few times today for sure. Big jump at fence number 11 helps carry her into the... Ooh. And just unfortunately one coming down at fence number 12.
Yeah, just the NetJets fence on the floor, finishing on the 4 there, 77.61. 4 there for Lauren Estelle of Canada. Just leaves them 1 fence away, but unfortunately bowling into that NetJets fence didn't really work out for them there, and difficult one in some of the lines here, but all okay, but just going out on the 4. Daniel Pedraza Littlewood now of Mexico, Santa Rosa Coldplay. The gelding for the Mexican rider from Valdebravo. Another into their first week here in Traverse City.
We've seen this horse and Daniel compete here over the last 2 weeks at Traverse City. A little bit of a slower horse. Daniel's really going to have to think about the time allowed on this horse, where he can save some time. Jumping a very good clear round right now, but he's going to need to stay on the inside track. So he does a very good job of trusting this horse, placing it just how it needs to go, trusting the back rail here. He's thinking about that time allowed as he heads around to the Meyer Oxer. Taking that inside approach to fence number 11. Good ride there.
Just coming up to the last, should just get there for time. He's going to run very close to it. Let's just see, 79.61, it is enough. And they are in. Daniel Pedraza Littlewoods and Santa Rosa Coldplay will give us the 14th clear of our lineup so far. 32 of those gone of the 50 in the first round of this NetJets Grand Prix. So another one is set for takeoff a little later.
Yeah, that was a very good ride. I don't know how long those two have been together, but it looks like he
Little
really
while.
knows, he knows that horse very well. He placed that horse exactly how the horse needed to be placed at every jump and did a very nice job.
Another combination that have been together for a while now is Chris Ulanowski, the US rider based down in Wellington, Florida, with Vagabond de la Vallée, the gelding by Zandor Zet.
Yeah, Chris had a very nice clear round in the qualifier on Friday with this horse. These two have been a great combination for a long time now, numerous placings in Grand Prix across the country. See Chris lands off of fence number 2 and just gets his horse going forward, encourages him up into the 6, clear over the captive 1 triple bar. Does the 9 strides into the triple. Unfortunately, the B element coming down. See, his horse wasn't very happy having that rail. Big gallop to the Major League Show jumping double. 5 strides up to fence number 8. Has that front rail down on the oxer. And he's looking like he's going to call it a day.
Yeah, I think he's going to say enough. Yeah, hand goes up. Says we're going to take a little breather there, and calls an early round there for Chris Ulanowski, and so he heads on out. Anna Wilkes coming along in a moment. Before that, Andrew Wells, the 2 for the team for the Itasca group. First of those, Andrew Wells with Idol H and H. Andrew based down in Wellington, also with bases up in Illinois as well. There's Chicago. The gelding by Action Breaker. Still this combination, an 8-year-old here, horse that he's had since 5 years of age, and has jumped very well so far. It's been a nice development few weeks for them.
He's done a super job with this horse from very young start. He left it with me one time. He went to Spruce Meadows.
Yeah.
The 6-year-old left it with me for a few weeks during the summer. So I was able to ride it and keep it going while it was a 6-year-old. It's a wonderful horse. Only 8 years old. This is a very big class for an 8-year-old.
But actually, for what we've seen the last couple of weeks, they've handled these very well. Be interesting to see.
He's clear through the first 6 jumps on the course as he heads to the Major League Show jumping combination. Oxer vertical 1 stride. Very good ride there. It's 5 strides. Little rub at the front rail, fence number 8. Should be good on time allowed. He's been very neat in all the turns. Oh. Fortunately, the back rail, fence number 11, comes down. Clear over the last.
Yeah, finishing on the 4 there, 78.06 finishing on the 4 there for Andrew Wells, Idol H&H. Little summation though, just dropping that 1 fence, but a nice round for an 8-year-old there.
Yeah, Andrew's got to be happy with that. That horse has jumped great this week, stepping up into the FEI division as just an 8-year-old. Certainly one Andrew is very excited about for the future.
Charlie Jacobs due to go next. Horse has just lost a shoe, so he's going to come a little bit later on. Anna Wilkes, as I mentioned, part of the group with Andrew Wells, riding with Andrew since earlier on this year. Itasca Group Scablets P, normally been the ride of Andrew, and of course he's just on his horse, so she steps into the breach. And on the 10-year-old gelding by Yukato, horse that came out of Norway originally.
Yeah, Anna has just taken over the rounds on this horse recently. New combination together. It's probably one of their bigger tracks together. This horse has jumped big Grand Prix with Andrew over the last couple years.
Ooh. Gets deep in there, but gets the other side.
Looks like Anna was going for 5 strides there in the line. Horse does a 6, leaves it up. Clear so far as we head to the Meyer Oxer, fence number 9. Does the 9 strides wide to the equiline jump. Does the 5 well to NetJets. 1 to go. Time allowed will be close, but okay.
Yep, is just going to run very close to it. 79.82, but just enough there for Anna Wilkes. Gives them the clear, 15th clear of the lineup, and Gablitz P. But yes, just a little on the edge.
Very close time allowed. Had that little bobble at fence number 3, but the horse said no problem. Finished up with a very nice jumping effort. Clear round, we'll see that combination in the jump off.
Certainly will, and that gets ever closer as we go on to Daisy Farish now. Grand Prix winner here last year from Versailles, Kentucky. The Rushy Marsh Farms RMF Retro for the young 21-year-old. The gelding by Cicero 2. Daisy, a brilliant youth career. Of course, another of the riders to get those top medals in Young Rider Junior Championships. Now carving a path at the top level and base with the Ashton team.
Daisy, just a super young rider, one of, I think, America's promising young riders in this country. Rides with Ashland Farms, Ken and Emily Smith. Winner in a Grand Prix here last year, 2-star Grand Prix aboard her horse, Great White. Also competing big divisions here, horse Gerko. Likes her gray horses.
I was going to say they're all grey. It was just ticking along in my mind as well.
Super effort there through the triple combination. Clear through fence 6 as she heads to the Major League show jumping combination. Oxer vertical 1 stride. Rides the 5 stride to the Oxer Great.
Not much of a touch, but it does count.
That has been a very delicate jump all week, that equiline vertical. Course designer has used it very smart all week long.
Well, there we go. Just a little bit of time to add there as well. 82.16 puts 1 on for time. Total of 5 there for Daisy Farish and RMF Retro. A nice building combination, though. They're just getting some experience together.
Yeah, getting that experience together. Not a young horse, but maybe a newer combination for Daisy. Had a very solid round there with just 1 down in the 2-star Grand Prix.
And with Kare Thakeri next, and Cedric. Good finish for them earlier on this week as well. The Trelawney Farm Cedric, the gelding by Indoctro. Finished in our top 10 in the qualifier. Another of those two jump double clear. Now we see if they continue that good form here, and rightly have done a very consistent combination. Cara from Bedford, New York. Also the Trelawney Farm owners of Paul O'Shea's winning horse, Chancelloress, earlier on this week.
Kara's no stranger to the big ring. Jumps many FEI events all across the country and around the world. First time here in Traverse City, I believe.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, having that back rail fence number 3 down in the 6th stride. Clear through the triple combination. Fence number 6 stays up. That is a jump we haven't seen come down today.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would have come down once or twice.
Quite a few having fences down that line, just as you start to try and get that forward distance going down that line.
Fence down at fence 7B has Kara and Cedric sitting on 8 faults.
But going back to what you were saying about fence 6, yes, you sort of expected with them trying to cut that tight corner, it might have dropped a few more times.
Yeah, with the time allowed and the way it's set and
Yeah.
comes up quick, but it hasn't been an issue.
Just going to be a little bit of time to add as well. It is going to be 8 jumping, 1 for time as well, 81.61. 9 there for Cara Carey of the USA and Cedric Assay following on from a top 10 earlier on this week as well. 15 clears at this point of the NetJets Grand Prix. Staying with the horse also from the Trelawney farm, this is Emma Marlowe. Emma riding for the farm of Cara, and this is Cherokee.
Emma's been having a very good week. Top placings here in some FEI classes with this horse and her other mount.
Yes, Emma with 2 rides in the qualifier earlier on this week. Just had the 4 faults with each of those. And also been well in the money, so we'll see how the younger rider tackles this track. The gelding by Cardento.
Maybe a little wide to triple bar, something to think about with the time allowed as the course goes on. Front rail of C in our triple combination coming down for Emma. See Emma really encouraging her horse, raising her hand, putting her leg on fence number 8, getting it up to that oxer.
Little touch at 11.
Getting the 5 stride, that forward 5 to fence 12, and clear over the last jump.
Yeah, just finishing with 4, but a little bit of time to add as well. There is 2 with just 1 fence down in there for Emma Marlowe and Cherokee. Coming out of that triple combination. And again, all of these lines, triple combination the same, just keeping you moving through there. Although they're fairly standard distances, but an 11 metres to an 8 metre distance on the way out.
Yes, absolutely.
But it's looping it all together. Triple bar down to triple combination.
She gets
Rolling,
you
rolling.
opening up with that triple bar, then you have a steady distance with 2 verticals, and then opening you up again at C with a wide oxer coming out. So yeah, it's a careful, short, and then a scope test coming out.
And on to twice Grand Prix winner here in the last few weeks. I'm going to say 2 weeks, but it's over 3 weeks because we had a week off. Carl Cook, that was on Caillou, also finished well with this horse, Irkos, the 4th earlier on this week too. The by Nabab the Rev for Carl from Rancho Santa Fe, California. Sina Orspi's Irkos.
Unfortunately, having the back rail of the triple bar down for Carl. It's 4 faults as he heads through the triple combination. has had a wonderful couple of weeks here at Traverse City Horse Shows, winning 2 Grand Prix in a row here. Both 3-star Grand Prix. We'll see that combination later today in the 5-star Grand Prix as well.
Yep.
Fortunately, Carl having the equiline vertical number 10 down. Sits on 8 faults as he heads to the last jump.
Well, as you say, opportunity for Carl to complete the 3 in a row, we will see, but not to be in the 2-star NetJets Grand Prix. There we see just lands a little short at the triple bar on the 8 there, 75.96 for Carl Cook, and of course the 4th. Charlie Jacobs now has just replaced the shoe on Corpegia, newer ride for him as well. The mare by Cornodo. Charlie with a couple of new rides this for coming into these weeks here in Traverse City from Boston, Massachusetts. CMJ Sport Horses. Charlie, a 4-time rider at the World Cup finals. Balances that up with along the rest of the family, heading up a major corporation with Delaware North, of course, amongst their big assets being the Boston Bruins. Global company, and still manages to fit in riding at the top level as well.
It's a lot on his plate for sure.
Of course, much of the family being involved. Mother Lou was also a very good rider too. Ooh, and a little hesitant in here, I can say he's just coming in there and just starting to drift.
Yeah, horse looked like it found the right corner, put in an extra stride there last minute as he's coming into the triple combination. Charlie electing to pull out, do a circle. Now, this horse and rider combination was supposed to go 3 or 4 horses ago, but pulled the shoe in the schooling area, I believe.
Yep.
That can be tough on horse and rider to have to change your school around.
Yeah.
You're schooling, you're ready, you're getting ready to go, horse pulls the shoe, you have to wait, you have to put the shoe back on, changes your whole routine a little bit.
As I say, a newer horse for him as well. He's also gone well on a newer ride with Gravenet here too. Just coming on the 4, as you say, it's just unfortunately had to take that circle. Going to have some time to add there as well, but still not a bad round at all.
Yeah, minus that circle was an excellent round. Horse jumped very well. Charlie gave it a good ride. Just unfortunately a little bobble there into the triple combination, but very nice to see them put it all back together and finish up on a really nice round.
15 clears so far in this NetJets Grand Prix here this morning. Mavis Spencer, Mavis with Georgie Musgrave Segerman's Belladonna, 42. Georgie, owner of a group of horses with Mavis. The mare by Clearway.
Mavis has been helping you out a bit here on the live stream.
She's going to be along later, yeah, just so you can have a little rest. And probably ride some horses as well, to be realistic.
I definitely will be riding some horses, giving some lessons, and then be back with you here for the 5-star
Exactly.
Grand Prix.
We don't like to give you a moment's respite. That's what it is. But Mavis still to make her mark with a chance here in the ring this morning. Also based over in California, Santa Monica.
Unfortunately, the back rail fence C, 5C in the triple combination coming down. Horse jumped very high over it, just catching it, the back rail on the way down.
Moves up to that distance to the Southern Arches.
Clear over the Meyer Oxer. She heads to the equiline vertical. Fits in 6 strides. See most riders doing 5. That sits on a very forward distance. She does the 6, works out well, and finishing on 4 faults.
Yeah, just that one fed stand coming out of the triple combination. Just as you can see there, just dropping short as that as they go to take the turn. And other than that, just the one down. 78.08. Mavis Spence there with that Belladonna at 42. Erin Ballard, Alain Ferre's Bettina de Kels, the mare by Nuboy de Lougerie. Multiple wins, of course, for the Canadian, also part of the big championship teams for Canada these days, riding a lot of horses for Alain Ferre, and very successfully indeed. Brilliant riders to get a very quick feel of a horse. Taking us up to our final 10 to go in the first round of this NetJets Grand Prix here this morning.
Aaron riding for Alain Ferre, great partnership. Alain, very busy man in this class, has quite a few students already, has 2 or 3 maybe into the jump off. He is the owner of this horse. Clear through the triple combination for Aaron. Clearing fence number 6 and heading to fence 7AB, the Major League show jumping double, Oxer vertical 1 stride. And it's 5 strides down to fence number 8 with a white pole square Oxer Liverpool underneath. See, Aaron's thinking about that time allowed, really shaving turns where she can, staying on that forward pace, catches fence number 11 great for the forward 5 to the NetJets Oxer. Clear with 1 jump to go. Time should be good.
Yeah, it should be fine there. Just leave the last, just while vertical covered there at 77.93. Gives us the 16th of the clears. Erin Ballard going clear. Bettina de Kelt not unexpectedly. Continues a good vein of form there. And as I say, great rider for getting a very quick feel of a combination. Rodrigo Lamre. Rodrigo with Marionates, Bacougan de Saint-Jean, also a top 3 finisher in the first part of the classes earlier on this week, in the opening class for the 2-star, to the Saint-Francais 10-year-old by Cannon.
Rodrigo, part of the Major League show jumping teams. We saw him jumping off last night with really exciting rounds.
Yeah, into that final round as the single rider gets put out for each of the teams and the 4 teams remaining in that final round. They were riding off for 3rd and 4th place.
Rodrigo looking for his first International Grand Prix win in Traverse City. Numerous other wins on his record other places. His brother Santiago has won numerous Grand Prix up here in Traverse City, been a big supporter of these shows for years. Unfortunately, the back rail fence number 8 is coming down for Rodrigo.
Rodrigo just coming home on the 4 and just gets a little stuck at 11 as well.
Elects to do the 6 stride to the NetJets after landing real little shallow, having that back rail down. Worked out well at 12, finishing on the 8 faults.
Yeah, a little bit to add for time as well. 1 time to add there to 9 in total, 81.14 for Rodrigo Lamre this time with Bacon de Saint-Jean. And just there it became a long way to the back bar at the Southern Arches fence, just looking at that Oxer there. And just starts to drift a little bit, coming over 11.
You can see his horse shifted right a little bit. That Oxer is very difficult. Horses and riders are coming around the turn. They're looking to shave a little time off, thinking about the time allowed. Fence number 11 comes up quick. If you get a little deep, horses get stalled up and can have that down. Our next rider, Luciana Gonzalez Guerra
Yep.
and Aarons, heading
Okay.
to the triple combination. Clear so far as they head to fence number 6. Little rub at B in the Major League show jumping combination, but it stays up. Super over fence number 8. Very good over the equiline vertical fence number 10 as we head to this very difficult line on the outside coming home. This rider does the 6 stride, does it very well with 1 jump to go. Time allowed is close, but I think okay.
Yep, it is going to be okay at 79.40 for a combination there of Luciana Gonzalez Guerra of Mexico and Aarons. So extends the list of clears so far, taking us up to 17 at the moment. Six combinations left to go in the first round of this NetJets Grand Prix at the moment. Tanner Korotkin going to be next. Triple S group of Wellington's Volos Diamond. Volos Diamond, the gelding by Stackatol, the 10-year-old for Tanner. Of course, it's also been ridden by Shane Sweetnam, and Tanner part of the Sweet Oak lineup.
Tanner's a great young rider. Father, Alan Korotkin's a professional in the business. Very well respected trainer. Tanner riding with Sweet Oak Farm right down the street from his father's place. A super ride down the middle through the 7AB combination in fence 8. You can see he's thinking about the time allowed as he heads to the Meyer Oxer. Little rub at the equiline vertical, but stays up as he heads to the last line. He rides a forward 5 the whole way. He's clear going to the last. Time should be good.
Yep, there it is. Good round for Tanner Korotkin and Volos Diamond, 76.53. And 18th of the clears so far. Tanner Korotkin, Volos Diamond. They will be back on the 10-year-old combination.
Well, we have an exciting jump off coming
We've got
up.
an exciting and a big jump off coming up
Big jump off
for this. And some very good combinations coming down the tail end here too, including Maria Brugal, who goes next for the Dominican Republic, the BG Stables J'adore Flamenco, gelding by Jetem Flamenco. Dominican Republic, 3 for the USA and 1 for Ireland to come in the final groups here. So just walking in. Maria Brugal looking to join that group. It's been certainly not a giveaway of a course here this morning, but they've certainly got some very good combinations that have found the key to it.
We have a lot of good horse and rider combinations competing in this 145 Large Tour Grand Prix, sponsored by NetJets. Maria taking a left lead approach to fence number 1. This horse has a very big stride. The 6 stride rode a bit steady the whole way for her. Heads to the triple bar, captive 1. She'll do the steady 9 strides as she heads into the triple combination, really setting up for the short 2. That's a stretch over C in 1 stride. See Maria landing from fence 6 and just encouraging forward for that time allowed. Clear so far, heading to fence number 9, the Meyer Oxer. Unfortunately, the equiline vertical coming down at fence number 10 as we head to the home stretch.
There we go, just finishing on the 4 faults there, 77.45 there for Maria Brugal and Jador Flamenco. As we come into the closing stages, we'll just miss out on the 4 faults.
A good solid round. Unfortunately, the equiline jump coming down for her. We have seen that come down a bit. I think more in the second half of this class than the first half. I think riders are realizing the time alloved's tough. They're trying to think about the turn after the equiline a little bit.
Yeah, just there playing a part. Those final few fences just playing a little bit more of a part in the latter part riders of this course. Sean Cassidy now. Neil Jones is Haroon. And new ride for him as well. And a horse that started out with Stuart Harvey of Great Britain. Stuart, who's been behind the production of a lot of very good horses quietly through to the top level. Was with Nicholas Torre of Colombia for a little while over in Europe. This the gelding Haroon, 9 years of age.
Younger horse, just 9 years old, like you said. Sean's been working with Neil Jones out on the West Coast, competing in California. Clear through the triple combination for Sean and Haroon as they head to fence number 6, the Turtle Creek Hotel and Casino jump. Little rub at the front rail of fence number 8, clear as he heads to the Meyer jump fence number 9. One to go, time looks okay.
Yeah, it's going to run a little close, but should be all right. Just should be all right. It's not quite all right.
Okay.
80.76, just the one-time fault there for Sean Cassidy and Haroon. Just taking care of that final line, just drifted out to get the right line, did the right thing, but...
Yeah, I thought he was okay when he took a really nice slice on the inside track after the equiline vertical to fence number 11, but unfortunately just catching that one-time fault.
Another regular here in Traverse City is Martin van der Hoeven, and is Maurice Horter, the gelding by Eldorado van der Zusuk, one of 3 left to go in the first round of this NetJets Grand Prix.
Martin had a very good round in the qualifier on Friday, unfortunately having the last jump down, but having a very quick time. Looks like Martin's going to head to the first jump on the right lead. I'd say majority of the riders are definitely coming on the left lead. Can't get there on the right lead. Bigger horse with a bigger stride. You're going to probably see Martin thinking about shaving turns where he can, staying on the inside track everywhere like he did there to the triple bar in order to get under the time allowed. It's clear through the triple combination. Is staying a little wide here to fence number 6. just gets over the back rail of 7A of the combination. Clear coming to the home stretch. Forward 5 stride, defense 12, good. 1 to go.
There we go. And is it enough? Yes, it is. 79.46. So Martin van der Hoeven and Maurice Horter will go into the jump off. Takes us up to 19 of those. Just squeaks inside that time allowed of 80. A well-timed round, Michael.
Yes, he really did a good job at the end of the course getting inside defense 11, rode through the timers. Big horse. He knew exactly where he needed to go with those turns to make that time allowed.
Leave us 2 left to go. Andrew Burns now on that winning team for the Lucky Charms here last night. Andrew with the Blackwatch Farms, Menko van der Wellington. Stallion by Echo van Spieveld. Just a 9-year-old combination as well here for Andrew. Penultimate combination to go in this NetJets Grand Prix here this morning, and very swiftly into his round. Andrew, Grand Prix winner in Wellington, Florida earlier on this year with Darkito.
Yeah, Andrew had super clear rounds all the way through last night for the Major League show jumping team, Lucky Charms. He was clear in the first round and clear in the write-off in the second round. See Andrew riding, encouraging his horse away from fence number 6, thinking about that time allowed a little bit there. Horse spends some time in the air. It's not the quickest horse across the ground, so Andrew's really going to have to start thinking about where he can save time, stay on the inside track. Doing a good job of that so far. He's going to be close to the time allowed. He's going to have to hurry. Ride the timers.
Not quite enough. Just finished on the one time there. 80.25 Andrew Burns and Menko van der Wellington. And so just misses out on that one time. So, but a nice combination.
Nice combination, nice round. We have seen quite a few riders with time faults today. We have 4 clear with time faults, Andrew being the quickest of those 4 clear rounds with time.
Final combination is US rider Savannah Jenkins, Proper 12 LLC of California's Colorado. The 10-year-old gelding by Como is our last out in round 1. 19 clears. This could take us to a nice round 20. And either way, we're in for a scintillating jump off coming up for this NetJets Grand Prix. Time has played a big part in this, just put enough pressure on all the way round. Marina Azevedo of Brazil, our course designer here this week, done a very good job on a host of classes, and of course big Grand Prix day here today, and winning rounds a little later on for the 5-star as well.
Action-packed day here, Stephen.
Full day. Now here to this vertical, as you say, they've jumped it well. Thought that fence would play a little bit more of a part in it. Difficult line here.
See something broke on this horse. Maybe the running martingale attachment at the bottom is broken off.
Still keeping an economical route so far. Oh,
whoa,
no. Oh, it takes a tumble, but up. Both untangled, and horse up and okay. Savannah just getting her breath at the moment. And with those 19 clears in our lineup so far in this NetJets Grand Prix. Team just checking her out at the moment. Just unfortunately a scramble through that Premier Equestrian fence. Just up talking with them at the moment, just getting her breath back, and is our final combination to go in this NetJets Grand Prix. We take a breather for a moment. I'll just give you a chance to remind you of the 19 going in the jump off. Vani Kosler and Incitatus will be starting us off. Natalie Dean and Camilla D, and then on down to Kristen van der Veen. Bull runs Prince of Peace, and from there Claire Schrader and Tomboy will feature in the second round. Margie Engel with Sesterem, Kyle King, Ashley Vogel in there, Daniel Mascuna, Catherine Driscoll, Nicholas Pizarro. Nick Pizarro into that next round as well. He'll come about halfway through that jump-off rounds. Lindsay Archer and Japur, Shane Sweetnam, Birdie Detho in the lineup too, as is Michael Murphy, Comedy de Talma. Daniel Pedraza Littlewoods alongside Anna Wilkes make it into the jump-off, as does Erin Ballard. It's going to be a fast-finishing group, Erin Ballard and Bettina de Kelch. And then into the final flew Luciana Gonzalez, Tana Karokin and Martin van der Hoeven. I can tell you that Savannah Jenkins is up and just heading on out at the moment out from this ring, but horse and rider a little bit dazed from it, but hopefully all okay. Just getting her checked out as she heads out to the medical team, and just unfortunately not quite the way we wanted to finish off the round, but good to see them both up. She's heading off in the golf cart with the medical team right now.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate fall. Really tough fall right in front of us here. Horse and rider both went down. Looks like Savannah may have injured her shoulder or collarbone.
Yeah.
Laid down for quite a while, but she is up now and in the golf cart with the medics heading out of the ring. Horse is walking out of the ring, seems to be doing just fine. So best of luck to both Savannah and her horse.
Yeah, very good team here, and they will go and get her checked out. In the meantime, we will take a breather before we come into the jump-off of this NetJets Grand Prix here this morning. Back in a few minutes.
Folks, as we're going into the jump-off adjustment now, thanks again to NetJets for sponsoring our large tour class, an official supporter of our Traverse City shows, and the worldwide leader in private aviation, offering seamless travel options to athletes and attendees every year. NetJets is proud to be a Berkshire Hathaway company known for its unwavering commitment to safety, service, and unmatched global access. Visit netjets.com today.
never change. We are just caught in a game, lost in our ways, and who can we blame? If only we found some other way to turn it around. We are just living for now, no telling how we'll find our way out. Why would you go and throw it away? Why would you go and throw it away? We build it up to tear it down, broken pieces on the ground. We're damaged up, so on we run, holding on to fading love. Holding on to fading love. Holding on to fading love.
Well, our tractor's making its final pass back toward the gate. We're about ready to see the first of 19 in the jump-off here today, and our jump-off course will begin at the Meyer-Oxer number 9. Sweeping left turn to the Equiline vertical 10. Continuing on the left turn there to number 2, the orange and white vertical, and 3, our Sunflower Oxer. Then they'll make a right turn away from home over the Captive 1 Marlin vertical onto the 5, B, and C elements, red, gray, and white striped rails there coming away, and one final turn to the left, and they'll jump the Turtle Creek Casino and Hotel vertical to wrap things up here in front of the VIP stand. Vani Kosla blazed the trail today. The first of 19 to jump off will be Incitatus, number 330.
Into the jump-off then of the NetJets Grand Prix here this morning, and Vani Kosler starts us off the first of a big jump-off here. 19 going overall, and starting over fence 9 this time, the Maya fence. Vani with Incitatus to start us off. Michael Morrissey alongside me. Interesting jump-off, finishing over fence 6, the Turtle Creek fence. So a good turn back there, which comes out of 2 parts of the triple combination. But let's have a tour round with our first.
Well, Vani starts off over the Meyer-Oxer. There is an 8 stride. I think she was planning 8, maybe got caught up doing 9 to the equine jump. You roll back across the ring to the original fence number 2, 6 strides up to fence number 3. Inside track, there's a turn that we just saw Vani do to that vertical. It was the triple bar in the first round. It is now a vertical. And you jump this double, and then it's left to your last jump. Super there. Just the unfortunate early rail to second jump and the jump off the equiline vertical to finish with 4 faults.
Yeah, 4 faults in 39.22. Going to be an interesting turn back to that final fence there, but just on the early rail. Here it was, the equiline fence. Unfortunately, no doubt about that one for Vani Costa and Incitatus there. It is to Natalie Dean next, and Natalie with the Marigold Sport Horses, Camilla D.
So I think what you want to see up this first line, most riders doing that forward direct 8 long run over to fence, what was fence number 2. I don't think there's a 5 stride in the jump off. Probably maintain the same 6 as the first round. Get inside, jump the vertical, right up to your double, and then probably 7 strides to the last jump to finish. There's the 8.
Yeah, that's a tough one to get to. Again, you want to put the pace on there, but it's just going to have to be a little bit of care to it.
She does 5 strides from 2 to 3.
This now vertical was the triple bar a little bit earlier on. And gets up to that final fence.
7 strides.
Yep. Nice round overall, but just finished on the 4th. Same fence as our first out, 39.70 the time. On the 4 for Natalie Dean and Camilla D.
So just about a half a second off the pace of our first rider, Vani Kosla and Satadis.
And one that could change things around a bit now is Kristen van der Veen, the fast rider with her own Bull Run's Prince of Peace here, the gelding by Cardenio. One that could be well suited to this for the rider who's won 5 stars down in Wellington, Florida, 1 in Miami before now, 1 more classes than you care to mention in Tryon.
Kristen tends to always have these bigger horses, bigger strides. She's able to leave out the stride. She's always on the inside track, very quick. She can make a slower horse a fast horse. Big wind up going to the first jump. She actually does 7 strides to the equiline jump. For sure, I think we're going to see the 5, yes. She gets inside the island with the unicorn to the captive 1 vertical.
Lands there in 21 seconds.
This is a quick round.
Just steadies to take care at the double final fence. Looking to take this on the angle.
Oh, and she gets the 6, but
Yeah.
has it down to the last jump.
33.79, substantially quicker than the rest, but that final fence is what we were talking about, is just how much you dare get on the turn, and she really tried to cut that.
She did. She left out 1 stride, then our first 2 riders doing the 6th stride, unfortunately caught up with her. She has that down, but a really, really quick time, 33.79 seconds.
So just on the 4 there for Bull Run's Prince of Peace and Kristen van der Veen. Claire Schrader now, and a lovely combination from round 1. Seahorse LLC of Greenwich, Connecticut's Tomboy. Chance to get into the lead. 4 from each of them so far. Faults have been spread across the equiline fence and the final fence. So winding up. Ooh, just drifted trying to get that line.
Yeah, unfortunately having that first jump down and the second jump and the jump off the equiline vertical, making her way over to what was fence number 2 in the first round. It's our 3rd jump in the jump off. Electing to do the 6th stride. Goes just around the Unicorn Island to the captive 1 vertical. Seeing if she can keep the 8 faults. Unfortunately, both coming down in the combination. Sits on 16 heading to the last.
And gets straight to the last. Unfortunately, just unravels there for 16 there. It's 42.30 for Claire Schrader and Tomboy, and just moved across there at that first fence.
Young rider, you know, just moving up to these FEI level classes. She had a wonderful first round. She should be thrilled jumping clear in such a big class. Unfortunately, jump off didn't go her way, but a great result for her today.
Yeah, so they will come back from that. As you say, good round in round 1. And a lady looking to rev things up now is going to be Marge Engel. Great opportunity for her. 4's the leading scores at the moment. Marge Engel and Virginia Bartolome's Cessna M, 9-year-old.
So this first line we have seen 7, 8, and 9 strides so far.
Yeah.
I would guess
Take
Margie,
your pick, basically.
I would guess Margie's going to do the 8. I don't think we'll see too many 7s. She actually does the 9. Puts a bend in this line, but still gets up to 5. Has to stretch a little extra for the last part of the oxer. Still waiting for our first clear round in the jump off, Stephen.
Yeah, we are. They're going over the last on a good time, 38.92. But for them, it is into second place so far for Marjingle and Cessna. Of course, Kristen van der Veen was around in 33.79. Still looking for the clear, and again, the strategy here might start to change a little bit.
Well, after seeing 5 horses go, 4 Faults is still in the lead with Kristen van der Veen in 33.79. Quite a few left behind, so I think you still have to go with the strategy of being quick and clear, obviously.
Yep, good way to go yet through this jump-off lineup. So, on to our 6th of 19 in total. Kyle King, the Seabright Investments of Vancouver's Enzo.
There's still so many good ones behind you,
Yeah.
so many horses that I don't think it's time to pull on the reins just yet.
Kyle King looking to show the way here again, just looks to get a little slice at that first fence.
There's the 8 strides. See, Kyle had to check up a little bit to make the 8 work. Very tight. See if he gets inside, hustles over to the captive 1 vertical. Little rub there, but he's still clear. One to go.
One to go, and this to go into the lead. If they leave it there, looks again to take it on the angle, but unfortunately it doesn't work.
Kyle tries for that 6 strides as well. We saw Kristen van der Veen do the 6 and have the last jump down as well. So finishing on a 4 fault round in 37.35 seconds.
Yeah, here we see them coming to that last fence, as you say, going for the 6 here, comes at it quite the angle and just essentially runs out of room to get there. 37.35, and Kyle King there, and Enzo going into second place. Ashley Vogel now, Bellissimo Z. 7th in our lineup of 19. Lovely combination. U25 winners earlier on this season down in Wellington, Florida. Good opportunity for her. She won the first class of the week in the 2-star with Lucy in the Sky.
Yeah, very competitive rider this week.
Yep.
Definitely has a shot to be quick and clear in this class. We've seen a couple riders try that 6 in the last. It really is. It's not only is it far away, it puts you at a really bad
really
angle.
tight angle. Yeah.
I believe she does 8 strides up the first line. Very quick over here. Catches this great. Gets the 5. Good hustle. And still gets inside. We'll see, does she do the 6 or the 7 coming to the last jump? Does the 7.
Yeah, gives herself a little bit of space to it and leaves it there. So it is clear. Nice strategy, 36.29. And again puts a bit of pressure on the rest now, because we saw a 3-second faster time than Kristen van der Veen. She's played the cards pretty well there. Put herself in the lead at the moment.
A smart ride, great plan. I think she put the pressure on for everyone else to chase her and still try to get that clear round. Super ride for Ashley.
And so Daniel Moscona of Mexico now. Come back. The mare by Chinto. Ashley Vogel around 36.29. Room to get, well, I say room to get there, but the others got there, and it was Kristen van der Veen that got there with the fastest time, but she did do the 6th the last, and it didn't quite work out. So maybe add a second on. Maybe a 34 is more than one that's on the cards.
We'll see. There's definitely a lot of riders capable of some speedy rounds coming up. Daniel doing the 6 stride from what was 2 to 3 in the first round. He's going around the Unicorn Island, heading to the captive 1 vertical. I think he's going to be just a couple seconds off the pace. But he is clear.
It is clear, and it's a little steadier at 40.84. It's clear there for Daniel. And so it puts him into 3rd place at the moment with Comeback. Landed at one point, just took a little bit of a stumble, recovered well, and here turning up to the last, give himself a little bit of space to that. So, top few, it is Daniel Mascona going into second spot, Ashley Vogel leading, Kristen van der Veen on the 4 faults in third at this point. Kathleen Driscoll now, the plane base sales consul. Another good round from them earlier on this week as well. Ninth of our lineup of 19, so only just coming up to the halfway stage. Ashley Vogel setting the pace for a potential second win here this week.
She does the 8 strides from in the first line. Maybe a little bit of a wide approach here. She is going to do that forward 5. First round we saw most riders do 6. She goes just inside the island to the captive 1 vertical. Just off the winning pace right now, but clear coming to the last jump.
Yeah, coming up to the final fence, gets a good angle to that, and so we'll leave them around 40 seconds as well. 40.99. Going clear into 4th place so far for Kathleen Driscoll and Consul. Nice solid round there.
Nice solid round. It is a young horse, just 9 years old. Maybe doesn't have all the jump off experience yet, and that was some good jumping. Jumped great both rounds. Very interesting horse, and young rider did a very good job.
And in fact goes into 3rd place there for Kathleen Driscoll. It's Ashley Vogel leading, Daniel Mascona in 2nd at this point. Nicholas Pizarro now, the Mexican rider with his own Disneyland. Disneyland, the 10-year-old for the rider with Windstand in Mexico, and also, say, been competing in Europe in recent times as well. Headed out to Rome, amongst others.
Nicholas does the direct 8 up the first line to the equiline vertical. Quick canter over to 3rd jump in the jump off. He's electing to do the 6th stride. We've seen both 5 and 6s in that line today. Just 8 strides to the last. Little rub there, but
yeah,
stays up.
Little rub at the last. 39.71 for Nick Pizarro, and Disneyland goes into 2nd place at the moment. So still leading the way, Ashley Vogel on the 36.29 at this stage. Nick Pizarro heading on out there into 2nd spot. And again, they're just chipping away at that leading time at the moment. And now the turn of our next. Lindsay Archer, Jaipur. Winners here a couple of weeks ago. Every opportunity here. They've got the pace, they've got the ability for Reese Farms.
Very quick round so far. This horse is quick across the ground. Has a chance for sure. Takes a shot. Good. Clear round.
Yep, clear round, 36.39, and Lindsay Archer there. Great run from her, but still just goes into 2nd place. 39 from her, 36.39 from her, 36.29 from Ashley Vogel.
Just a 1/10 of a second off for Lindsay, off of Ashley's time.
Into 2nd spot there for her. Shane Sweetenham, great opportunity here now. And they're just closing this down and closing this down now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's very close. We're seeing some clear rounds. It took a little while to get a
Yep.
clear round from our first few entries in the jump off.
Shane Sweetnam, Birdie Ditto, building up this nice combination. New ride into the season for the Sweet Oak Farm for Shane.
See, Ashley was 17 seconds landing at the Sunflower Oxer. Neck to neck right now. Needs to be around 29 seconds landing off a B of this combination.
Now this looks very good. Time-wise is very good as well. Is it enough? 37-33. Not quite. Nice combination though, Shane Sweetnam and Birdie Ditto slotting into third place at the moment. He just takes a nice turn up to that last fence.
Yeah, that was a super round, double clear round for Shane. Into third place is student Ashley Vogel, though, still in the lead.
So Michael Murphy. Michael Murphy, the Esperanza imports Comedy de Talma by Cannon. As you say, former rider of Steve Gerda, amongst others, through this Swiss horse now landing into the US. Again, pairing that haven't been together for too long, this Saint-Français mare. Winding up.
Yeah, Michael's only had the ride on this horse for a few months now. Yeah. Younger horse, just 9 years old. Very quick up the first line. Little rub at the equiline vertical, but it stays up. Has to really ask his horse to move up for the 5 to the Sunflower Oxer. It's a very careful horse. See, he really took a shot into that double.
Good shot at it. Oh, and flicks it away. 36.59. Wouldn't have been quite fast enough. Would have got into third place there, but unfortunately last fence down there for Michael Murphy too. And Combi de Tama, so drops them into 8th place as it stands.
Oh, that was a very competitive round. Unfortunately, just caught the last vertical on the way down, finishing with 4 faults and going into 8th place.
Last fence is certainly proving very influential. As you said, we thought it might do. It's really tough to how much you shave off, get the angle to it.
Yeah, you can stay out, you can do the 7, you can shave in, do 6. We've seen a couple do the 8. There are a lot of options. It's on quite a funny angle.
Now, coming in, Daniel Petrarca Littlewood, Santa Rosa Coldplay. Little touch at the equiline fence.
Be about 2 seconds off the pace right now.
Oh, and steps over the last. Good round, finished on 38.38, and we'll go into 4th place there for Daniel Petrarca Littlewood. Santa Rosa Coldplay. Thoughts on that one?
I thought he gave it a great ride. Not the fastest horse in the class for sure.
Yeah.
Bigger horse, big stride. Daniel gave it a good ride, tried to save as much time as he could, did some tight turns, and super round. Just a very fast class so far.
Very fast class, and Anna Wilkes is the one that steps into the breach now. 15th of 19 in this jump off the Itasca Group's Gablitz P for the Andrew Wells team.
Another horse, big stride, big lofty jump. And it's going to have to do a very good job of being neat and tidy in all the turns to have a chance at this time. She does the 9 up to the first line to the equiline jump. Six to the sunflower oxer. Very good effort for the horse through the double combination. 1 to go for a clear round.
Yep, and we'll get the clear, and so it goes around in 42.10. A little steadier on the time. Puts her into 8th place so far for Anna Wilkes and Gablitz P.
Yeah, newer combination
Yep.
for those two together. Former ride of Andrew Wells, getting their first double clear in a 2-star Grand Prix together. A great result for them.
Ticks off a successful week, and still looking to maybe put another few wins behind her yet. It's a busy day for, as always, Erin Ballard of Canada Alanfeda's Bettina de Calch, the mare by Newboy de Logerie.
Erin coming off the left lead to the first jump in the jump off. Most riders have been coming right. I think you can get a bit more momentum on that left lead, longer approach. Galloping on that inside track, very good shot there.
Very fast.
She's going to gallop quick around after that 5 stride. She's
Final
close.
fence.
About a second behind, I'd have to guess.
Yeah, it's going to be very close indeed. Might just squeak enough. We'll see. 36.62, not enough. Goes into 3rd place there for Erin Ballard. And Bettina de Kelt. Interesting, because she really looked as though she was racing around there.
She looked really, really fast. She did the 5 stride to the Sunflower Oxer, but it carried her pretty far past the jump. She missed that inside turn to the Captive 1 vertical, and I think that's a little bit where she lost that half a second that she needed.
Leaves 3 left to go. 3 left to go is first up Luciana Gonzalez Guerra of Mexico, Erens. Then Tana Karotkin, then Martin Vendehoven as the last. Still leading Ashley Vogel, Bellissimo Z, looking for a second win of the week. Little cut across the Maya fence at the first.
Real inside track here to this jump. You see her footprints were well inside the others. She's right on the time right now. Want to see her landing off of B this combination in 29 seconds. A fraction behind maybe. Great round.
Tight up to the last. Good run at 36.40. And just not quite enough. They're going to 3rd place. And only by a fraction as well, because Lindsay Archer in second on 36.39. 36.40 to go into
Just
3rd.
1/100th of a second off that 2nd place time, and a little over a 1/10 of a second off the 1st place time. So our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place horse and rider combinations right now are so close.
Yep. 2 left to come. Tana Karotkin, Triple S Group's Volos Diamond. It's Tana, and then, as I say, Martin Vendehoven to go last.
Tanner doing 9 up the first line. Oh, unfortunately the Captive 1 vertical coming down.
So just finished on the 4 there, 40.52. 4 there for Tanik Karokin and Volo's Diamonds. Drops them further down the order, I'm afraid. Still leaving Ashley Vogel. Well, just the very worst, she's going to be in second spot. One left to come in our NetJets Grand Prix here this morning. Last one making their way down. Tough, interesting jump off, Michael.
Interesting jump off. We have 10 double clears right now. Ashley Vogel still holding on to the lead with one left to go. Our last horse and rider combination, Martijn van der Hoeven and Morris Horta. They're a fast combination. They had a fast round on Friday in the qualifier, but had the last jump down that kept them off the podium.
Just looking down, our top 4 places separated by 0.4 of a second at the moment. It's been very close up there. And just our final to come then. Martijn van der Hoeven and Morris Horta, the gelding by Eldorado van Zusuk as the last out, as you say. Very good round in the qualifier. Just missing out now. It's an opportunity for them to make up for that.
Yes. So we want to see an 8 stride up this first line. Can't get stuck doing 9. I think that stalls you. So you got to do the 8. That forward momentum carries you over to the third jump and the jump off. You'd like to see them be able to get the 5 stride up to the Sunflower, landing in 17 seconds or less to have a shot at this. There is the 9 and having that down at the equiline vertical.
Well, it becomes academic in the end. So it's the second win of the week for Ashley Vogel, and this time with Bellissimo Z, one with Lucy in the Sky earlier on this week. Still moving up for the placings here. Can just get into the prize money with the fastest of the 4s. Final fence for them. Gets fairly straight to it and finished on the 4:41.49, goes into just outside the placings, a little bit further down into 18th with a steadier time there for Martijn van der Hoeven and Morris Horta. So the winner of the NetJets Grand Prix here this morning, Ashley Vogel, doubles up with wins here this week. Bellissimo Z, Lindsay Archer in second with Japor. Luciana Gonzalez is in third with Errands, and separated by those tiny fractions. 36.29 leading time, 36.40 in third spot. Let's take a look at the overall leaderboard, and you can see how close it is. 36.62 with Erin Ballard, with in fact Bettina de Kelt. Shane Sweetnam in fifth with Bodhi Dutto. Daniel Pedraza, Littlewood and Santa Rosa Coldplay in 6th, 7th for Nick Pizarro, Disneyland, and 8th for Mexico again. It's Daniel Moscona and Come Back. Speaking of coming back, you're going to come back for the 5-star Grand Prix later on today. We're going to send you off out into the real world.
Yes, back to ride some horses. I'll be back for the 5-star Grand Prix. Really exciting show jumping coming up here around 2:30, but in between that, you have the 5-star.
I do. Maybe Spencer will be joining me for that one. And we will have that winning round coming up for you as well. But in the meantime, the presentation on its way for the NetJets Large Tour Grand Prix here. Second win for Ashley Vogel, this time on Bellissimo Z. Well done to her. Fantastic week for her in the 2-star.
Feeling blue without you. Tell me who am I to hold you down? Just feeling blue without you. Give me one more chance, give me one more dance. Feeling blue without you. Tell me who am I to hold you down? I dream that you won't forget me.
NetJets Large Tour wrapping up here with our $36,600 meter 45 main event as Sunday morning is wide open, and we're wrapping up our first class of the day. We're bringing through the top three from this two-round competition. And of course, Ashley Vogel, your front runner from the beginning of the double clear group, then Lindsay Archer second, and Luciana Roberto Gonzalez finishing up in third place here today. AJ Holmes putting them in position now in front of our scoreboard here at the Turtle Creek Casino and Hotel International Ring. And while they're in position, we'll ask you to please rise and remove cover for the playing of the national anthem of our winning rider, the United States of America. Anthem of our winner again, Ashley Vogel there with Bellissimo Z topping the card today. Our third place finisher will step up for the first of our photographs, and that is, again, number 1553, Aaron's, the Luciana Roberta Gonzalez Guerra entry, and she joins us out of Guadalajara. Her time, 36.40, so she was just a bit back from the pack there. Third place to our rider from Mexico. Barbara Lang here on behalf of our awards coordination group to set up the photographs as Luciana and Aarons earn third. Second place honors go to Lindsay Archer and Jarpur, her entry in 36.39, just 1/10 behind the leader. Jarpur and once again Lindsay Archer for second place. And our winning ride produced during the first double clear in the jump off was that of Ashley Vogel, once again with Bellissimo Z, her entry out of Mequon, Wisconsin, posting a 36.29 finish. Ashley Vogel with the win photo here, wearing the NetJets cooler and one of the coolers that commemorates the first ever Major League show jumping event. So that in itself is an honor. Blue ribbon honors and top share of the prize money will go out, as well as the Captive One Open Jumper Rider bonus points. And Ashley's now set to lead the victory pass to wrap things up in our NetJets Large Tour event. Ashley Vogel and Bellissimo Z number 1, Lindsay Archer and Japir number 2, Luciana Roberto Gonzalez Guerra and Aaron's finishing up in 3rd place. And one more thanks to NetJets as we wrap things up for their class. We'll be moving on next to our Premier Equestrian $72,900 winning round class, a class that'll start with just under 40 entries, and following those 40 first rounds, we will have the top 10 mandatory coming back for that jump off. So 10 will be returning regardless of a fault from the first round in this winning round format.
It is the only thing that makes us feel alive. We keep this love in a photograph. We make these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped jeans, holding me closer till our eyes meet. You won't ever be alone. And if you hurt me, well, that's okay, baby. Only words bleed inside these pages. You just hold me. I won't ever let you go. Wait for me to come home. Loving can heal. Loving can mend your soul. And it's the only thing that I know. I swear it will get easier. Remember that with every piece of you. And it's the only thing we take with us when we die. Oh, you can fit me inside the necklace you got when you were 16. Next to your heartbeat where I should be. Keep it deep within your soul. How you kissed me under the lamppost back on 6th Street, hearing you whisper through the phone, wait for me to come home.
to commence, and we're so excited to bring you in on this here in Traverse City,